Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, the Freeze Drying Academy. All right, what do I got for you today? I'm just gonna do an experiment here. I've seen videos where people have done it, where they freeze dry soup and then they pack it up and that way they can take it camping, survival food, you know, you can do it or whatever, even eat it as a dry snack maybe. So I've got some leftover tortilla soup that I made that I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting to my trays. I'm using my dividers, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and see how it comes out. Now, at first, I used my ladle. And I noticed I had too much liquid in the tray here. Okay, let's take a look at that. Versus the tray that I did with I don't know what you want to call this thing. I guess like a French fry scooper. So it has a lot of holes in it, so it's a strainer. So I can strain it more. Then I can go ahead and add the liquid later. All right, well, let's get this tray prepared. We're gonna put it in my regular house freezer, then the freeze dryer. All right, I just got done loading 2 trays there. As you can see, let's take a look at that. All right, so you'll see that it's fully loaded. It's got the gravy on it or the sauce. I added that or dumped it in afterwards. It was a lot easier. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the lids on it, and then I'm gonna put it into my regular house freezer for a couple of hours. Then later on tonight, into the freeze dryer. The freeze dryer alerted me, told me that they're done. In fact, it even went into the extra dry time, which I love that feature. So I usually set it for about 24 hours or so in case I do something, which I did. I took Justice over to the dog park, came home, and now we went ahead and pulled out the trays from the freeze dryer. So let's take a look at those trays. They look absolutely awesome and amazing. It's all dried. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove the dividers from these trays and see what it looks like. All right, it's very easy to lift these up. Just kind of, lift it up and you'll see that the squares pretty much just kind of fall in their own place. So what we got now is freeze-dried chicken tortilla soup, okay? Same thing with the other tray. We're just gonna go ahead and lift that up. Now you'll see that some of the trays don't really have too much of the actual chicken soup in it. It's more of a broth, and that's these back 4 right here. I might use them for something else. But these are full-on freeze-dried tortilla soup, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, take one, drop it into a bowl. I'm gonna put some hot water in it real quick, and we're just gonna see, how does it reconstitute? Now you can use hot water or even chicken broth or whatever, but let's take a look and see what happens. All right, guys, so what I grabbed is just a little coffee cup. I've got 4 cubes, so 2 from each of the trays, okay? And over here I've got about 8 ounces of water. I don't think I'm gonna use all 8 ounces because again, I wanna start putting it in, stirring it up, and then learn the consistency. So the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna drop all 4 of those into the bowl or to the cup. And I'm gonna just pour a little bit of water. So remember, 8 ounces. And just pour it over a little bit. So that was 8 ounces of water, what I started with. So I ended up pouring in about 4 ounces. And to me, that looks more like a stew. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit more. And it actually looks like in this, I do wanna add all 8 ounces of the water. We're gonna kind of pick up these crumbs real quick here. Throw that in there. And we're just gonna let it sit for a little bit. And then we'll stir it up. We'll come back in about a minute or 2, take a look at that. But again, you can use either hot water or a chicken broth or even a chicken bouillon that you make into a broth. It's been about 30 seconds. And we stir it up and it looks like a soup, like it should. And at this time, this is when you're gonna add your actual tortilla chips. That'll help absorb some of the water there. But let me go ahead and do a taste test and let's see what it's like. Hot water, stirred up. I think I probably would have used a chicken broth, but let's see, you never know. But that's the chicken noodle soup or chicken tortilla soup. Let's see. And you know what? It almost tastes like the original. I mean, it's still really, really good. I do think a chicken broth would have been really, really good. And at this point, maybe just, a dash of hot sauce or something. But hey, you know, for a chicken tortilla soup that's been freeze-dried and reconstituted, that's really good. So that tells me that you can make a soup for on the go, store it up, and then, you know, put in a bag and put in your backpack or whatever. And when you need a nice, good, hearty bowl of some kind of soup, there you go. Well, that's it. Easy. Chicken tortilla soup, freeze-dried, reconstituted, Crazy Dave's Kitchen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.